Grief does not always scream. Sometimes it whispers. When Mei Lin's mother died, the world did not crash loudly. It ended quietly. No dramatic goodbye. No last embrace. Just the cold feel of her mother's lifeless hand in a hospital room and the unbearable silence that followed. From that day on, Mei Lin learned what loneliness truly meant. At the funeral, she stood waiting for a hug from her stepmother. It never came. Her father stood far away, lost in his own sorrow, but never reached out. And the moment the earth covered her mother's grave, something else was buried too. Her place in that home. Slowly, without warning, the house stopped feeling like home. Meals came late, or not at all. Words became sharp instead of gentle. The woman who once called her my child now called her useless. Her stepsister, Rui Lan, turned cruelty into a daily sport. Bring my bag, clean my room. Don't sit here, you'll stain the sofa. Mei Lin obeyed. Always. Sometimes, Rui Lan spilled tea on purpose, just to watch her kneel and wipe it up. And Madame Zhao, her stepmother, never defended her. She only watched, judged, waited for mistakes. Every night, Mei Lin lay on her thin mattress, staring at the ceiling, whispering into the dark, "Mama, if heaven has ears, please listen. I am so tired." But heaven remained silent, and cruelty did not. One evening, Mei Lin overheard voices from the living room while washing dishes. Her stepmother was tired of her existence. "She eats our food," Madame Zhao said bitterly. "She brings nothing." Rui Lan laughed lazily. "There's that poor man near the old road, the one with the broken house. Marry her there. Poor girl with a poor man. Problem solved." They did not know Mei Lin stood behind the door, frozen. Every word cut deep. Later that night, Madame Zhao summoned her. "You're getting married," she declared. Mei Lin felt her knees shake. "To who?" "To a nobody," her stepmother replied coldly. "At least you won't beg on the street." Tears threatened to fall. "Please, I just want to stay." Madame Zhao stood taller. "Then pack your things, now." Mei Lin realized something painful. Marriage was not a choice anymore. It was mercy. And so, she said yes. Not because she wanted to marry a stranger, but because she had no other place on earth. The wedding was small, quiet, emotionless. No flowers, no happiness, no celebration. Mei Lin stood in a borrowed dress beside a man she barely knew. His name was Li Wei. He wore simple clothes, spoke softly, and, unlike everyone else in her life, did not look at her like she was worthless. When the ceremony ended, her stepmother pretended to cry. "Take good care of her," Madame Zhao said dramatically. Mei Lin did not look back. No one said goodbye. And that felt like freedom. Li Wei drove her to his home, a small, old house at the edge of the city. The walls were worn, the gate quiet. The place was humbly alive. "This is where I live," he said gently. "I hope it's okay." Mei Lin nodded. It wasn't beautiful, but it was peaceful. Inside, he cooked soup. She stared at the bowl like it was magic. "Eat," he whispered, and for the first time in years, someone served her food with kindness. Tears dropped into the soup. Li Wei looked confused. "I'm sorry, did I upset you?" "No," she whispered. "This is the first meal someone gave me without shouting." Silence filled the room, and in that silence, something healed. Days became weeks, weeks became months. Li Wei never raised his voice, never insulted, never controlled. He treated her with care, not orders. If she worked too much, he stopped her. "You don't have to earn your place here," he said. And when she cried, he never asked why. He simply stayed. Slowly, Mei Lin unlearned fear and learned love. But then, things didn't add up. Strange phone calls, expensive watches, concerned suits passing by sometimes. She noticed names she had seen on buildings. She heard words like board meeting, investors, president. Then one morning, she saw a black business card. His name, gold letters. Underneath, one of the biggest companies in the country. Her heart froze. Who was her husband, really? That night, black luxury cars appeared outside the house. Men in perfect suits stood like soldiers, and Li Wei walked outside differently that evening. No softness, only authority. "President Li?" The words entered her heart like a blade. Later, she confronted him. And he didn't lie. "I'm a billionaire CEO." Silence swallowed the room. "Then why this life?" He sighed. "Because money brings the wrong people. I wanted someone who loved me, not my possessions." His eyes softened. "And you loved me when my house was small and my pockets looked empty. That meant everything." Her lips trembled. "I was afraid you'd leave when you knew." She shook her head through tears. "My heart married you long before my eyes knew your worth." Their love didn't change. It deepened. Soon, the whole city knew. And then, her family returned. Madame Zhao. No pride. Only fear. "Our business is gone," she cried. Rui Lan stood silently, ashamed. "Help us," Madame Zhao begged. Li Wei stood in between them. "You destroyed her youth. Now you want her future?" Mei Lin stepped forward. "I forgive you, but I will not come back. I finally found a home where I am human, not a servant." They left, poorest where it mattered most. Time passed. Madame Zhao lost her house. Rui Lan chased rich men and failed. Meanwhile, Mei Lin built shelters, funded schools, protected girls like herself, and slept without fear. Then, one soft afternoon, game-changing news arrived. "A baby boy," the doctor smiled. Li Wei wept openly. "I thought wealth was success. Then you happened. Now I know love is power." Their son arrived on a rainy night. Perfect, small, alive. Li Wei kissed the baby's forehead. "You will never be unwanted. You were born into love." Mei Lin remembered her lonely nights, her hunger, her bruises of silence. I married poor, but I was loved rich. She lost a mother. She lost a home. But she found a husband and a future. And if heaven was watching, her mother finally smiled.